Hey guys, what is up? I am Lindsay, a Seint Makeup artist, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do your full face of Seint Makeup. So I just realized that I've still got some Salem on my arm. I was just experimenting, so this is the black eyeshadow. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to take my clip and pin my bangs back and out of the way. And I'm going to actually start using the Seint setting spray, and I'm going to use it on this perfecting sponge, and this is going to act as a primer. So it's actually dual purpose. It smells so good. It's like vacation, like a Hawaiian vacation in a bottle. It's so good. Seriously, I wish they would make it into a perfume. So my beauty blender is just a little bit damp, so I'm just blotting this on here so that it stays. Okay, so I'm ready to get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is color correct. So I'm going to take my palette and I'm going to use my buff brush. So this is a full coverage brush. It's my favorite one, the one that I recommend to most people, and they're all double-ended. So you're basically getting two brushes for the price of one. And as I use all these brushes, I'll tell you the names of them and what they're good for. So this one here, I'm just gonna dab in. It's almost gone because I use it all the time. But this one is called Aspen, and it's actually a contour that covers your redness. So just putting a thin layer of this on, okay, and you really only need a tiny bit, so you can kind of dab it on there. So whatever skin problems you have that you wanna take care of, I can help you with. So if you have pores that you wanna kind of minimize, the trick to that would be using your beauty blender and kind of dabbing it in. If you have redness, acne, blemishes, Aspen is the way to go with a full coverage brush such as the buff brush. Okay, so the other key thing to remember when using Seint Makeup is that it is cream based, and yes, it blends absolutely like a dream, but you want to remember that you just need a tiny bit of product. So these tins, you might be surprised at how little they are, but because they last for so long, that's why you just need a tiny tin, because you just need the tiniest bit of product and then to blend it out. So yes, this is my magic eraser, I call it, okay, because it just erases any sort of redness that you have. Okay, so just going over here, and that's probably good. So I've got my redness under control now. And then I also want to do, actually I'm gonna keep on using the same brush, okay? So you need one brush at least when you start with Seint, because these are formulated specifically for the cream makeup. Okay, so they're gonna give you that flawless finish. Otherwise you might get the streaks on your face. So go ahead and do yourself a favor, get a buff brush, and let's go in now with our contour. So with Seint, I do color match you so that you get the correct shades, because it can be a little confusing and overwhelming if you just try to go and shop and pick your own shades. You want to make sure that they're right for your skin tone. So that's why we as Seint artists color match you. So with the contour, don't be intimidated. All you really need to know is how to draw a 3. Okay, so you want to go on your cheekbone, on the top of your forehead to create the shadow, right? And then down on your jawbone down here. And then on this side, you just do the opposite. So you're going to do like an E, cheekbone, jawbone. And then next, I'm actually just going to take my finger here and go into the same contour that I was using. And you're just going to do a couple thin lines down the center of your nose. And this is how you contour your nose to look a little bit thinner, okay? So make those lines close together. Unless you're trying to have a wider look, then you would put them wider apart. And then put it down on the bottom. And I'm gonna do this cute little line across, because then it's just gonna give me that cute little button nose look that I really like. And that's all you do for the contour. So super quick, super easy. Next, I'm gonna keep on using my blend brush, and I'm just gonna flip it over and use the other side. I'm gonna go into my brightening highlight, just dab it in lightly. So the one that I use is called Linen. And I'm just gonna go down the center of my face. Okay, I'm actually gonna use my finger for my nose because it's such a little thin line that I'm going to do there, and then down here. Okay, so I've just done the center of my face here with my brightening shade. So this is called highlight in the Seint world. In traditional makeup, it would be called basically like your concealer. And then I'm just going to take this brush because it's pointy, or it has the angle to it. You can get right in there and just get that dark spot that's in the center of our eyes, okay? And then here's a tip for you, especially if you have mature skin. You want to just put it up. So gone are the days of doing that whole triangle down here, okay? You want to give yourself this instant eye lift look. So just put it up here like this and up. And that's going to really draw the eyes up. And I'm going to show you another facelift technique coming up soon. So same brush, same side that I just used. I'm going to go into my main shade, and I'm just going to put that where I don't have product yet. And just, again, really just dab in rather than swiping and getting all the product on your brush. You just want to dab and then place it on really lightly, because when we blend it, it's all going to blend beautifully together. And you don't want to have too much, because that is just not what you want with your cream makeup. You don't want to feel it. This is lightweight. I could walk out here and I would not remember that I'm wearing makeup because it's that light. It moves with your skin. Seint Makeup is like a second skin, and that's how it should be. And then I'm going to do some lip and cheek. So let me show you these. These are so, so beautiful. These are some of our lip and cheeks. All the beautiful nudes, the pinks. I've got some in here, the reds. And this is actually, all of these are dual or triple purpose. So I'm going to use Hollywood. I don't use Hollywood enough. So this is the nice bright pink. Let's get a little bit more. And I'm going to use this on my cheeks, and I'm just going to go above my contour and then along my cheekbone here and on the apples of my cheeks. And this is going to give me that really pretty pop of color. So the cool thing about this is that you can customize your own shade by mixing some of these. So Hollywood is here, okay? I'm going to use a little bit of this Petal. This is a really pretty super light gloss. And I'm just going to put that in the center. And that can be your signature look. So I wanted to show you too. This one is Frenchy. I recommend this to most people because it's just such a really nice, kind of like a peachy nude, basically. And it works on your lips so nice as your blush on your cheeks. And then underneath your eyes here, it's a really great color corrector for any sort of dark circles. So there are certain shades that work better with blue or purple or greenish, whatever one it is. I have a perfect shade for you to cover that up. And it also works as an eyeshadow as well. So I'm going to show you that after. But first, I want to just blend this out and show you how I go from crazy to beautiful in like a minute. So let's go ahead and blend this out just using your buff brush. So the same one that you were using. And starting with the lightest. Sorry, I had to close my mouth for a second while I blended that. Going from the lightest to the darkest. So starting in the center of your face and just kind of pushing in and moving it around a little bit. You can do little swirls. You can do whatever. What you don't want to do though is just start like muddying it up, I say, because you don't want to have like your contour down here and this and that. You want to keep it basically where it's placed and just kind of blend it into the colors that are around it. And that is going to be the beauty of this. Okay, so I've done all my light ones. I'm going to go in here. And then when you get to here, so you can kind of do the center, I like to use a beauty blender. You can certainly use a buff brush, but here, because I like to just dab it, and this is what really gives that airbrush look. So you can use this, as long as it's dampened, you can use this for your whole face, and some people actually prefer it. I just really like these brushes. They're super high quality, and they're so luxurious. They just feel so good, and they're super affordable, which is amazing. So just, yeah, dabbing that in. I like this because it has that point and you can really get in there. Okay, and then I'm going to continue this. So when I get to here, I'm going to swipe upward on my cheekbone, and this is just creating that shadow. And you want to go up so that you keep that darker contour on your cheekbone. And see how it just kind of accentuates that cheekbone? It makes you look like you have more prominent cheekbones. These are all the tips and tricks from the makeup artists and all the celebrities and how they get their high cheekbones. This makeup is so great because it really helps just accentuate the beauty that you already have, because we are all so beautiful and unique in our own ways. so we can kind of conceal the things that maybe we don't like about ourselves. So for me, I don't mind it anymore, but I always used to be insecure about my forehead because it's clearly a big forehead, but I really don't mind so much. I've kind of gotten over that. I feel like the more I get into my 30s, the more I just stop giving a damn. So it's all good. Anyway, I still like to create that shadow to bring the eyes down. So it's all about the placement and where you're drawing people's eyes. Now this jaw here that has a contour, I'm just gonna swipe it down a little bit. So I kind of go up and then down my neck, just to kind of blend it all so that your neck is in a totally different color. So now that that's blended, I'll show you. There's no redness on my face. I've got a beautiful even skin tone, and this is maybe my favorite part. So what you can do with cream makeup, I'm just gonna add a little bit more pink because I feel like I really like a pink cheek. And you can just go in and really get your own personalized look. So you don't have to remove anything. It's cream, so it just blends right in there. Let's put some more. I'm feeling really pinky today. I'm really, really liking this pink. And you know what else I want? I want a little bit of a tan, but I don't want the skin damage, so I'm gonna go in with my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm just gonna dab into this one here. This is called Bella, and this is so beautiful. I'm obsessed with this shade. This might be my favorite item of Seint's. Of all of our makeup, yeah, Bella, for sure. Bella for the win. I just put this on my cheekbones and again, swipe it up. And then on the temples here, I kind of just go across my whole forehead. And then anywhere that the sun would naturally hit, okay? So go on your nose and put a little bit right there. And then boom, I have a tan. Again, because you don't want your neck, don't leave out your neck. You don't want it to be super white. So I'm just gonna go down my neck here with that Bella bronzer. Okay. And now I'm bronzed. Oops, got a little bit there. And then I'm gonna set it. No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm so excited. I always get so excited for this. I have so many choices. I'm gonna use an Illuminator, and I'm going to look for the perfect one. I have so many palettes going here. I need to just go ahead and buy that giant palette. Okay. I was just using this brush for the tutorial I did previous to this video, so it's got a little bit of glitter. So if I get some glitter, that's where it's coming from. So I'm just gonna go into this one. This is an Illuminator that's called Photoshop, and I'm just gonna use it to go up my cheekbone and on basically like the apple of my cheekbone, I guess, if you can call it that. And then look at how pretty that is. It just gives that really pretty shine. And then I'm going to show you where else you put Illuminator, okay? And I'm just tapping ever so lightly. So go a little bit on the end of your nose, a little bit on your Cupid's bow. I have this ring light reflecting off my nose right now. And then in the arches of your eyebrows. And that's just going to give that really pretty shine. Okay. Yes, that is absolutely, it's like my favorite thing. It just catches the light so beautifully. So now I'm going to use my blush and bronzer brush again, and I'm going to set my makeup. So a couple different ways you can do this with Seint. I have this Vanilla Dust setting powder, and you can just put this on. So I'm going to do a couple different ways and show you. So this one is good if maybe you have oily skin or you just really like that super matte look. So I'm going to put this on this half of my face. This half, I'm going to show you a different technique. I'm just going to put this everywhere except for where my Illuminator is because I want that to stay shiny. So this just sets the makeup so that it doesn't move because it is cream based. And now I'm going to show you the other option that you have with Seint is, again, the same setting powder. Sorry, setting spray that smells like Hawaii in a can, jar, whatever. Jar, bottle. Blonde moment. And I'm going to just take the perfecting sponge again. So mine comes out kind of like a jet, so I don't want to spray it right on my face. Normally I would, but something's up with my nozzle. So I've just kind of put it on my beauty blender, and then I'm just going to lightly tap this on. And this, again, just sets my makeup, and will give me that last power, that lasting power. Oh God, it smells good. So with this, here's a tip, okay? Tip of the day. If you have a mask that you have to wear, take your mask, so if this was your mask, and you spray the setting spray onto your mask and let it dry, and then you've also got it on your face, it's gonna eliminate that transfer of the makeup onto your mask. So there you go, there's your tip. I am going to show you a couple other products that we have that are just absolutely fantastic. So let's do some of the eyeshadows here, okay? Like, look at these gorgeous colors. They're so pretty. I'm really building my collection because they're really super high pigmented eyeshadows. These ones here are my Illuminators. And then I've got this one here, and this is like the eyeliner. It's a cream. All the rest of the shadows are either matte, glitter, or shimmer, and they're all the powders, just like a regular eyeshadow. So I will use, if I can find my brush, I'm going to just use my brush here. I'm going to use this. No, I'm going to use so many brushes. How nice is it to have a problem? Oh, what makeup brush am I going to use? So I'm going to use one of the most popular ones, okay? This one here is Soulmate, and this is a really pretty shimmer. It's kind of like a rose gold. Okay, so this one here. So I've just got it on my brush. I'm just going to tap it so that it's not all coming off and I don't get that fallout. And I'm just going to put that on my eyelid. So super simple, easy look today. Honestly, this takes about 5 minutes start to finish when you're not talking, when I'm not talking. Okay, so I've just got that. Super pretty. I'm going to get up nice and close so you can really see the shimmer on it. So beautiful. And then I'm going to show you how I do my brows because this is actually one of my favorite things. This makeup is so fun. So I'm going to take my line brush. So aside from my buff brush, okay, my double-ended buff brush, the line brush is the other one I cannot live without. I use it literally every day. So I start just by brushing up my brows just to kind of get them where I want them. And then I take the skinny end here. Okay, so really fine. And I don't use my lip and cheek. I use my contour actually in my other palette. So you can also use some of the shadows. They are amazing at doing your brows. So here I am. I'm just going to dab into this one. This one's called Ash. And I'm just going to take the little line brush and I'm just going to flick it up on the inside, just in the direction where the hairs are growing. And then I'm going to just add a tiny bit of product at a time because I don't want too much to come off at once, and just super lightly filling in my brows. And just going in the direction that the hairs are growing. And then from there, when I'm happy with it, I just brush it up again because it is cream. It helps blend it out. And let me just do the other one because I can't stand to have just one done. Super OCD that way. Whoops, oh my gosh. See, look at this. This is cream, but watch this. It just comes off and it's so easy to just fix. Boom. That's what I love about the makeup. That's one of the many things I love about the makeup, I should say. Okay, so I've got my brows done. Now, here's what I do. I have the brow wax, and then I have my setting spray. So this really is like a triple purpose. It's your primer, it's your setting spray. It also put a little dab into your brow wax, and that's going to basically activate it. Use your line brush, the spoolie end, and just kind of swoosh that around. And then you have a little gel-like wax to put on your brows so that they stay in place. All right, so that is it. That is the gist of the Seint Makeup and how amazing these products are. It's designed for mature skin. It's designed to cover any sort of redness, acne, blemishes, minimize pores, fine lines. It's absolutely incredible. It is a life changer. I will never use anything else. And so I started using Seint last summer, and I am now a Seint makeup artist because I genuinely love this so much, and I just want to help other women discover the magic of it and how fantastic it can be. And I am just full steam ahead because I genuinely love it and I want you to too. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you all on the next video. Thanks, guys.